Well, I think you're always looking out for mold or mildew or that smell. You're going to look out for any kind of standing water, maybe cracks that might be in your foundation wall. You know, any of those kind of things are going to be signs that you're having issues down there and you really needed to have somebody take a look at it.
Well, what we're seeing right now is a lot of cracks because of the freeze thaws. It's dropping below 32 at night, and you know your frost level is about 42 inches in the state of Michigan. So especially on block basements, you have the water filling up in the actual cavities of the blocks, which is creating cracks as it freezes. There's really only two types of cracks. You don't have good ones, you've got bad ones and worse ones. If you ever see a crack in your foundation, I definitely recommend having us out there to take a peek at it.
It really doesn't cost you anything to have us come out and take a look at it, and we can kind of diagnose it from there and give you some different ideas. I mean, it could be a grading issue, it could be, you know, the crack in the wall we would have to fix, or it could be a bigger problem than that.
But anyways, I digress. This is a home improvement show. So waterproofing your basement, and now like a big time. You know what's really unpopular right now is crawl space encapsulation. And to do it though, you have to do it correctly. It's not like just put some visqueen down, overlap it, tape it, and glue it to the bond plate. That's not the right way to do it. So Sean, you're like the expert when it comes to that. Mm-hmm. Why would someone want to encapsulate their crawl space? Tell me just a couple of reasons why, even though I know, but for the listening audience.
A couple reasons why could be, the obvious one this time of year would be cold floors. A lot of people are experiencing cold floors. If you have any plumbing underneath your home, which is in your crawl, you run the risk of possibly having pipes freeze. The other big reason that you want that is clean air. And the air that you're breathing in your crawl space more often than not is actually the air that you're breathing in your home as well. And so you want to condition that environment, lay down a 90 mil liner, and then what we do is we actually close cell foam the walls and every rim joist pocket.
Okay, so let me ask you a question to clarify for the listener and the homeowners. A lot of homeowners say, Adam, I got these crawl space vents, open, close, what do I do? And I talk about a conditioned space. So let's clarify any myths for all the listeners right now. You got a crawl space, it's over a family room, right? They had the addition, they didn't pull the full basement, they got a crawl space. You've seen that a million times. Is it the vents closed or open?
Well, when the home was built, the builders had the right idea in mind at heart. They wanted to condition the air by allowing air from the outside environment to penetrate into the crawl space.
Correct.
The problem with that is, well, one, crawl space technology has really advanced over the past 10, 15 years. So you got to imagine when it's 85% humidity outside on a July afternoon, that means it's 80% humidity in your crawl space, which is not necessarily good. So what we do when we encapsulate a crawl space is we are actually going to close off those vents. Once we close off all those exterior vents by encapsulating, we then have to condition the environment traditionally with a Santa Fe commercial dehumidifier.
Okay, and the dehumidifier takes the moisture out of the air,
yes, sir.
Dries it up. Now, what about heating the conditioned space? Could you have to run a ductwork in there, or?
Sometimes we'll actually cut into the ductwork if they have HVAC underneath there. That's another tool that we use to condition the environment.
So, okay, and that makes perfect sense. Ron, you guys are in crawl spaces all the time.
We love going in them after these guys are done. They're great for us to work in.
It's comfortable, it's clean.
Yeah, it's clean. It's awesome.
So if someone wants to see what an encapsulated crawl space looks like, they can go to Rapid Dry's website.
Absolutely.
Which is rapid-dry.com.
Yeah, it's rapid. Yeah, it's rapid-dry with an I, but you can also go to just Rapid Dry as well without the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll go there.
Okay, good. So that's what people want to see. That now, as far as expensiveness or cost, or is it like crazy expensive? What how do you price it? Is it per foot? What's the pricing go?
Traditionally, it's priced as far as square footage on the crawl. Crawl space encapsulation is not the least expensive thing you can do to your home, but it's also not the most expensive. As far as crawl space encapsulation, where it can get very expensive, Adam, is if we have actual water, standing water in the crawl space. Then we're looking at an interior drainage with sub pump on top of encapsulation. But at the end of the day, your return on an investment, depending on how conservative you are with your heating and cooling cost, you will see a good ROI on that if you do a full encapsulation with an insulation package.
So when you say ROI, like a homeowner who's going to, let's say you're ready to sell your house, a house that has a encapsulated crawl space that's clean and neat, like a Rapid Dry job, you definitely get more money.
It's a huge selling point. If you're looking to sell, or in the future you're planning on selling, your crawl space is like that boogeyman underneath the house that nobody wants to go into. Mm-hmm. So when you have a fully encapsulated crawl space, there's several advantages. One, obviously heating and cooling, which we talked about. The other one I would say would be storage. All your Halloween, Christmas decorations, all of that you're storing in a garage or a basement can now be stored and kept dry in an encapsulated crawl space.
Which makes perfect sense. So if someone wants to get, you have free estimates, right?
Absolutely.
So if someone wants to get an estimate that's listening today to see if they need crawl space encapsulation, who do they call?
Well, they can go on the website or they can call Rapid Dry directly. They can call me directly as well.
What's the number to Rapid Dry?
It's 734-895-9553.
Okay, perfect. Just in case. Or if they can always just go to Hire It Done.
I got a quick question, Adam.
Yeah.
If the whole house is on a crawl space, can they stay in the house when you're doing the work?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
I've had people ask me that before.
Yeah, you never know. And that's the thing. People have to know, but they have to learn first. And the best way to learn is have you come out, show them what that needs to get done. Now, typically, a job is, how long does it take, depending on the size and all that?
Depending on the square footage of the crawl space and also the scope of work. Traditionally, I would say no more than a 3 to 4 day project.
Okay, and you're in and out.
Absolutely.
So how deep is typical crawl spaces?
The crawl spaces can vary in height from, joist to dirt or concrete in some cases. I'm not a big guy. I get in crawl spaces as shallow as 12 inches. You can see crawl spaces as high as, 36 inches all the way up to a Michigan basement, 5 feet.
Okay, so when you do a Michigan basement, is that what you want to encapsulate that as well? Or is it's like almost like you'll call it type of thing?
You call it on the spot, but one of the big things with Rapid is when I go into a home, one of the big things I'm always asking a homeowner, especially pertaining to crawl spaces, would be, what is your goal here? What are we looking to accomplish? Is this storage? Is this heating and cooling? Is it both? What do we want to accomplish? Because at the end of the day, it's their home, not ours. We treat it like it's ours, but we know it's theirs.
Okay. So most people use a crawl space for storage, I would think. But also, you got to have good air quality or it ruins the rest of the house. Like, I can't stand that schmutzy, moldy, gross, skootsy smell, right? Yeah. It makes me nuts. If I properly ventilate my basement and the crawl space, it goes away.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
See, I like that. I like that a lot. Now, if someone says to me, like, Adam, why would I use Rapid Dry? Tell me what would be the reasons.
Well, one of the things I bring up to all of our homeowners, all of our customers is, we don't subcontract any work. Everybody that works for Rapid works for us. We do drug test all of our installers, our production staff. And the big thing is when I walk into a home, one of the things I say as we're discussing production and install is I will put my crews against any crew in the state of Michigan.
You're that confident?
Yes, sir.
So the waterproofing Olympics, is that what we're calling out a competition?
We're trying to organize that.
I just wanted to check, I wasn't sure. So, Bill, you guys, what made you guys get into the waterproofing? Because I know you've been in roofing for generations. Your dad.
Yeah.
What made the transition to do both?
Well, really, it made sense to us. I mean, when you look at it, a lot of the water in your house. I mean, you're trying to really take care of the top of it, make sure no water is getting in that area, your attic as well, and a lot of it on the roofing side. I mean, it might not just be roofing. We're looking at ventilation and really looking at the whole system to make sure it's going to work. It's not as simple as just, hey, let's rip this thing off and put the roof on there, because a lot of times when we're out, they're having problems, and we've got to really look into it and find out what the source of that is. And then in the basement part of it went kind of hand in hand. We were seeing a lot of issues with people with downspouts and grading and what's going on there, and that's really how we got into it and felt like waterproofing the whole house was a goal that we wanted to achieve.
Let me ask you a question. You're a second generation roofer and contractor? Yes. And you're partners with your brother?
Yes.
You 50-50 with him?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is he older or younger?
He's older.
So Bill Beaty's here, and he's got his brother Mike Beaty's been on the show in the past. And Mike looks like a young lumberjack. Like he's got does he put like pomade in his beard, or does he do any hair gel? Is he listening, by the way?
I'm not touching that.
He's in Ohio, so you got to worry about that. But he shaved the beard. I think he's maybe
back,
hitting
no.
it.
He's beard off and back.
Yeah, but it's not like it was. You know what I mean? It's not like it doesn't have its own name and stuff. It's like it's kind of shorter now. So
okay,
had its own zip code.
Yeah.
So he's older. I didn't know that he was older.
Oh, you can tell he's older. Come on, don't lie.
No, I didn't know. I'm just thinking. So
he looks like he's 10 years older than me. Come on.
The Beaty Boys are like, one of the reasons why we wanted to do like a Hire It Done calendar, like every month have contractors in it.
Yeah.
Is because these guys are like the millennial plus, like good looking guys. Like you could never, yeah, you guys.
Nothing makes women want to put you on your own more than being a roofer, huh? Let's get them all excited.
Well, they do say you guys put the shingles on properly.
Yeah. We can give them the butt crack page for February and January.
Whatever it takes. Guys. So, are you married? Kids? What do you tell me about yourself?
Yeah, 2 kids, married. My son's 17, my daughter's 15, so they're.
Oh my
they're-
God.
Yeah, I'm almost got them out of the house.
My son's in college now. He's a freshman now. Man, oh man, I tell you, it goes like that. Snap
it
your
does.
fingers and boom.
Yeah, so my son's getting all kind, his applications he's put into college and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens next year. He did a little of the waterproofing last year and got a taste of it. So we'll see if that scared him enough to go to college.
Neither one of my sons followed in the trade either. When
it's
they
funny.
were young, they had them down in the basements
So
digging.
I'm the one kid who went to college for the family business, right? I have a degree from Michigan State, building construction management, and got into the family home improvement business. And my dad begged me. He says, "Son, please, whatever you do, I want you to go to law school." I'm like, "What are you talking about, law school? Dad? We're remodeling. We build dormers. What the hell's that?"
yeah.
He was so right. Like, I should have been an attorney. Especially with my big mouth.
Yeah.
I should have been a goddamn attorney.
Well, I think about it, but I've talked to even the family about it. I mean, it's the trades have been good to us. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's
Listen,
You know,
I'm happy that I'm a contractor.
no, yeah.
If you see me with a tool belt, though, you better dial 911. Let's call it a ring.
And it's gonna have some
Yeah.
rhinestones
All
and
right.
stuff on it. It's bedazzled a little bit.
I want to thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you for having
Oh
us.
yeah, thank you.
Bill Beaty, Rapid Dry.
they went fast.
Thank you. Ron Alexander, Shelby Mechanical, 30-year plus plumber. I love that. That's so good. Sean, thank you for coming in.
Pleasure's mine.
We'll see you guys again. And I want to thank everyone for listening this morning. I hope you have an awesome Saturday. We'll be back next week. Hire it done. My name's Adam Helfman. This is 97.1 The Ticket.